Welcome to Double Oak 7. This is our very new channel and our first ever episode. We decided that we wanted to explore whiskey and kind of develop our palate. We don't really have much of a true knowledge or background of whiskey, and we wanted to bring you guys along for the ride, get you guys to learn something about whiskey and also maybe develop your palate as well. For the very beginning of this whole series, we're going to kind of focus on bourbon tasting. It's a little bit more streamlined, I think, and something very American.
And I don't know if you guys have ever had this happen to you as well, but if you're ever at the store and just see a lot of bourbon and whiskey selections and don't really know which one to get, or just want to get the most expensive one because that might be the nicest one. We kind of have a story like that, which is why we wanted to decide to start this channel, or decided to start.
Yeah, we just recently decided we wanted to go and buy a bottle of bourbon for a friend, and while we were at the store, we had no idea what to buy. So we got a 10-year bourbon. It was almost $100, and we thought, hey, the price was expensive. The year was pretty old, so it must be good, right? And we brought it home and started doing reviews on it after the fact, just to find out that it was just kind of an okay bourbon. In doing the delving into it, kind of came across this company, which is what this box is sitting here. It's called the Whiskey Library, and they do a mystery box where they send you 3 to 4 bourbons, and we thought, well, what a better way to kind of like dive into it. We don't have to pick the bourbons ourselves, and we can just have somebody do it, and we can dive into it from there. So it did come with, for Thanksgiving, they were doing a deal where you got a free bottle of Blantons. So we will be trying that today. That'll be our first one that we'll try. And every single week we'll be trying a new bourbon, and we'll kind of be looking at the different things of every single bourbon that we try, because there's actually 5 rules of
Yes.
of bourbon.
Allow me to use my cheat sheet over here. Okay, so there are 5 rules for bourbon. Number 1, it must be made in the USA to be classified as a bourbon.
Not just Kentucky, all the USA?
Well, that's what this 5 rules of bourbon says.
Oh, I always thought it was had to be made in just Kentucky. See, we're learning stuff already.
Yeah, that is right?
Yes.
Okay. The fermented mash has to be at least 51% corn.
So for you guys, the mash, that's made up of a lot of different grains. And we'll kind of dive into each one of those grains when we kind of come upon it, whether or not it's rye, corn, wheat, barley, all can make up the mash bill.
And the whiskey must be aged in new charred oak containers. They cannot be reused. That's another caveat for it to be called bourbon.
So some of the whiskeys around the world, they'll actually they'll let their barrels, or let their whiskey sit in used barrels from either previous whiskey or even like previous bourbon barrels.
And then it must be distilled to a maximum of 160 proof and bottled at a minimum of 80 proof. Cannot enter the barrel at a proof higher than 125. I don't know what any of that means, but I'm sure I will learn.
Yeah.
As we go.
That's all the alcohol content. So while they're making the alcohol, it has to go up to a certain point, and then it has to come down to a certain point before they even put it in the barrel.
Okay, and then lastly, for additives, only water can be added, no coloring or flavoring, which is interesting.
So most of you know bourbon will have that nice golden look to that, and that's going to get all solely from the charred oak that they put it in. And we kind of learned something new. So we just went to Min and Mill. It's a local one here in Nevada. We'll be trying this one later on during one of the episodes. But there's different levels of the charring, and that also can make a difference in the flavoring. So 1 to 5, I think, is what they said at the tour that we did for the charring on the barrel. So, well, anyways, let's go ahead and dive right in. We'll review what we got in this cool little mystery box from
an unboxing
from the whiskey library, and we'll put a link down so that you guys can get there.
Little cute letter.
Oh,
I don't know.
What was that, like a card or something?
I don't know.
Hard to get out, whatever it is. Oh, it's talking about each one of the bourbons that come in there.
Oh, we get a little card for each of them. Oh gosh. Okay,
let's see here.
So
each one of them talks about where it comes from, how old it is, the proof that it is, the price of that bottle, and then a little note down about each one of the bourbons that we're drinking. So as we dive into that,
nose, palate, and finish,
we'll kind of learn a little bit about that. So we also got these very cool rocks glasses.
Is this what we're going to use?
Actually, we're going to use, so we got some fun Glencairns.
Oh, okay.
So we actually ordered these. Another fun little history is that there was no true particular glass to drink whiskey from, so they came up with this fun little glass called a Glencairn, and that's what we're going to be trying today.
A Glencairn?
Glencairn, I guess that's how you pronounce it. Hopefully we're right. All right, what else do we got in here? Oh, they packaged this thing up pretty good.
Ooh, what's that one?
So this is the Doc Holiday. Gosh, didn't know they packaged it so well. So why don't you read while I'm doing the boring unpackaging? You can read about the Doc Holiday over there.
The Doc Holiday cast strength bourbon, 7 years old. It is made in Pendergrass, Georgia. That doesn't even sound like a real place. 7 years aged. Its ABV is 58.3% or 116.6 proof. And this is the market price?
Yep.
Okay.
That's
and
MSRP.
Then the MSRP is $129.99.
Pretty cool bottle here. It has a little cow skull on the front and a 6-shooter up there.
Cute.
So this one,
Cutie.
they're gonna wrap up. This is the Rough Rider Straight Bourbon Whiskey.
That one is the Old Lion 8-year-old straight bourbon whiskey from Baiting Hollow, New York. Aged 8 years, 126 proof. MSRP is $139.99.
So I feel like we are going down a little history lesson over here. We have Doc Holiday and we have the Old Lion, who
The Old Lion.
Teddy Roosevelt, one of the Rough Riders. And then this is the Rare Stash Bourbon.
This is from Kentucky. It's aged, oh, is this a blend? 7.5 and 8.5 years? Yes, it is. 91 proof, MSRP $79.99. Is that the fancy one?
And then this is our bottle of Blantons, which we will be opening and trying today. So there is no card on the Blantons. It's a very popular.
Or expected to have the knowledge.
Yeah, I guess because it's a popular one that's out there. Yeah, they wrap this one up good too. You can pull up Blanton's on your phone and talk a little bit about it.
Okay. Blanton's Bourbon. Facts. Okay. Huh. Okay. Blanton's is the first commercially sold single barrel bourbon, created in 1984 by Elmer T. Lee and named after Colonel Albert V. Blanton. Each bottle comes from a single barrel, aged in the metal warehouse H at the Buffalo Trace Distillery, which we actually almost went into but didn't go into when we were traveling in Kentucky because the line was very long. So, and we didn't really know anything about bourbon at the time.
Yeah.
So, but we've been in the parking lot. Okay, let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's aged in the warehouse. It's made from a mash bill. It's probably on there, isn't it?
It's actually pretty cool. So on the front here it says this bourbon whiskey was dumped on 10/2/24. It was stored in warehouse H.
Oh, it tells you.
And
filtered and bottled by hand?
Hand at 93 proof. And it was from barrel. So one thing as we go along here, so you're gonna have single barrel, small batch, and then just your regular bourbon. So single barrel, every single bottle can be a little bit different depending on what barrel it comes from. So like this barrel came from 956, it says so on there. And so sometimes you might get a bourbon that's from a single barrel that might be absolutely great, or sometimes you might not like it that much.
It's cute.
So the fact that this actually says what's on there is 956.
It looks handwritten, like the number.
Yeah, I think it is.
Pin.
Well, it was bottled by hand, right?
Yeah.
So the mash bill on this, so Buffalo Trace, from what I've read, is they don't actually tell you what the mash bill is.
I don't know. This says it's.
It'll just say mash bill number.
It just says corn, rye, and malted barley. So, I don't know if that's true. How do you open that? Oh, it's so cutie.
You gotta pull that right there.
Looks like a beehive on the bottom.
You got a little horse on the front there.
So my score will be for presentation of the bottle. I think it's cute.
Yeah.
I love a little extra pizzazz on the top there. I'm gonna give it a 9.5 out of 10.
9.5 out of 10.
That's my number I'm coming up with.
So one thing that we're gonna be doing throughout this series is, because we don't know much about bourbon, we don't have much to, compare it to. So we're actually going to be comparing all the bourbons in this box, and then we'll pick a winner, and then once we get another mystery box, we'll kind of do the same and then declare the overall winner.
I'm scared.
I'll give you the smaller one.
Okay.
It's actually pretty pleasant on the nose. And some vanilla is what I'm getting.
Yeah. It doesn't smell. It doesn't make me gag. Pretty nice smell.
Pretty good mouthfeel. So a little bit of a lower proof, so.
Does that mean it's less spicy in the back?
A little bit less spicy, so it's not as strong of alcohol, so it's a 93 proof.
That's actually way better than the ones we were having the other day.
Yeah.
I feel like my mom would like this.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one. Overall, I can see why there's a lot of people that love this one and keep going back to it. I've heard that even though the MSRP I think on this bottle is like $65, true value that you get it for out at the store is quite a bit more. Mainly due to the desire of this bottle.
Took too big of a sip.
Alrighty. Well, that's it for this week.
Ooh.
Next week, I think we're going to start with the Rare Stash. We'll see how that tastes, and then we'll kind of compare from there. Yeah, the Rare Stash. So, thanks again for joining us. We were Double Oak 7, and for now, have a good night.